The story begins 20 years ago with Adon's mother Navat, who is the current speaker of Forever Light for the Council of Voices. During her time as speaker, she was sent on a mission from the council, where she was injured and discovers a race of spiritual shamans in an unknown part of the Lost Land. She is nursed back to health by their spirit powers. She spends time with the people there and begins to develop feelings for them. She also becomes quite adept with the spirit world. She no longer wishes to serve the council and instead remain here. Navat's daughter Adon hasn't been activated yet and remains within Forever Light where the council rules. Navat goes back to Forever Light and tells the council she no longer wishes to be the speaker and that she is taking her daughter with her. Never before has a speaker had these feelings, and the council stops her and disassembles her as part of the interactive history program known as the Grand Design. Afterwards, the council activates Adon as their new speaker. Adon's body and consciousness was activated from a biocellular matrix for almost 500 years. The council lies to her about how her mother voluntarily disassembled herself so her memories could remain in the Grand Design. However, in some small way, a piece of Navat's consciousness remains inside the program in order to one day help Adon to see a life that she had hoped for her and possibly one day meet her for the first time within the spirit world. 20 years later, in the present, where we start off with a retelling of the ending of Turok 3, but done better. As a quick recap to the player, Oblivion is defeated, Joshua tells Danielle that her unborn child will be special, and an added scene where Joshua and Adon have a moment before he dies. Adon sheds a single tear with more of her emotions starting to show, but she knows this isn't the end, that he can still be saved. Adon puts Joshua into a temporary stasis field using her wrist gauntlets. They all travel to Forever Light via a portal that Adon can instantly make appear. They put Joshua into a stasis tube until they can figure out how to save him. It's decided that Joseph should be sent back to Earth to wait for Danielle until she returns. The council summons Adon, and the retelling of the after-credits scene is played out where Adon tells the council off and goes to find a way to save Joshua. Ivry, a shadowy figure, is revealed as the council's new right hand and is ordered to stop Adon, or their plans may be interfered with if Joshua is revived. Adon and Danielle are searching for answers to reviving Joshua through a computer console where Joshua is in a stasis tube. While searching through the Grand Design in frustration, the history program shows up with an image of Adon's mother, Navat, responding with automated answers to any inquiries given. Through non-direct answers, the small part that was Navat realizes she has strong emotions for Joshua. And as the history program starts detailing the hidden lands and the keepers of the spirit world that reside there, Adon then realizes that the keepers she was to seek, that she heard from the spirit grotto from Turok 3, were not intended to seek the council, but these keepers instead. The history program gives more details indirectly about how Adon can escape with Joshua to reach the keepers of the spirit world. Adon knows a part of her mother is in the computer and thanks her as she never came to understand why she would allow herself to be disassembled and never want to meet her daughter. Now Adon knows there was something more to her. The Council's cybernetic forces and the Lazarus Guard break into the room to stop them. Adon and Danielle make short work of them. An alarm throughout the complex goes off with red lights flashing. They both know the Council has some ulterior motives and are trying to stop them from reviving Joshua. Adon releases Joshua from the stasis tube and uses her wrist gauntlets to form a temporary stasis field around him so she can carry him as they make a fast getaway. Adon and Danielle quickly make their way to a hangar bay to commandeer fighter ships while being pursued by Ivry and the Council's cybernetic forces. After making a daring escape through the skies, they fly as fast as they can towards the Keepers in the Hidden Lands. They are being pursued by attackers, and Danielle decides they won't make it unless she can stop them. Danielle turns her ship around and takes out a few of the attacking ships before her ship is too damaged and she's forced to make a crash landing somewhere in the Lost Land. Adon promises she'll be back to find her and reaches the location, which is located in a jungle area. After landing the ship, they travel deeper into the jungle. Adon is able to lift Joshua and have him floating behind her in a stasis field as she jumps and glides down through the air. After traveling a little ways, Adon finds the spirit shaman's village. As Adon seeks answers, the shamans recognize her as she's somewhat similar to how her mother looked. They tell her about her mother and how she has a chance to save Joshua in the spirit world at great risk to herself. and that Joshua is not gone but trapped in the spirit world, and with their help, together have a chance to bring him back. Adon enters the spirit world to save Joshua. Adon searches and fights fiercely in the spirit world to save Joshua. When it begins to look like things are lost, her mother appears to fight alongside her. Afterwards, she guides Adon towards Joshua with no words, and as quickly as she appeared, she disappears. While Adon is surprised to see her mother here of all places, she knows she has to hurry to save Joshua and continues onwards. Adon and Joshua find each other as the world seems to be collapsing behind them. They both rush to each other and in the air grab onto each other and return to the world of the living. Joshua can't believe Adon did all of that for him, and finally they're together again. They decide they'll need help if they're going to stop the council, find out what their true plans really are. They need to find out what happened to Danielle, and they need help from the Valiant One, Talset, and possibly others. The Spirit Elder explains to them how to enter other spirit portals throughout the Lost Land, and also explains how Adon can commune with her mother when in the spirit world. The Spirit Elder also helps unlock their spirit powers. Afterwards, Adon and Joshua remember that the Cleon tribe possess crystals that are capable of finding anyone in the Lost Land. Together, they set out toward the Cleon tribe by going through the jungles together. Though the warrior women of the Cleon tribe are beautiful, they are not trusting of a Turok, and they need to prove themselves. Afterwards, the Cleon tribe give them the crystals, and they reveal the locations of Danielle, Talset, and Mayana on the player's world map, where the game now opens up more, letting the player choose where they want to go and in what order. As they begin to travel, the next spirit portal they encounter takes Adon into the spirit world, where she meets and talks with her mother for the first time. Though each time they talk, time is limited, Navat can give guidance to Adon. The spirit world is a major part of gameplay as well, which acts as a world on top of the Lost Land. Players then travel to different locations, find new races, fight bosses, acquire new spirit powers and abilities as they find Danielle with a baby raptor that she befriended, Talset, and Mayana. Adon meets her mother in the spirit world again, and she informs them about the prophecy of the vortices sucking up everything from the lost lands and putting them into other worlds, caused by the destruction of oblivion which weakened the fabric of space, and how the council intends to reverse the vortices flow so that the lost land will remain and the other worlds will be sucked into the lost land, as those worlds will be destroyed instead. Adon still has a sense of duty to the Lost Lands, but knows the Council is now the real threat to the Lost Land and every other world. The Council is erecting machines all over Galliana to reverse the flow of the vortices so Galliana is saved but all the other worlds will be destroyed. Navat tells you how to stop them by collecting animal spirit energies. Using each of the character's abilities, the player can unlock paths to each of the vortices/machines and spirit wells. Later on, you encounter Ivry along the way, and through a fierce battle, Adon and Ivry are pulled into a spirit portal. It's then revealed by Navat that Ivry is Adon's sister. She was kept secret from both Adon and Navat by the Council. Only now in the spirit world did Navat uncover the truth about her. Ivry becomes conflicted with her programming and vanishes out of the spirit world, after which the player has the option to find Ivry in the Lost Land to fight alongside each other against the Council. Side events. Brief bullet points only. Danielle's child. Bringing Danielle to the shaman village elder will trigger an event with both of them, where it's revealed he is her son from the future. Remember, time has no meaning in the Lost Land. The Flesh Eater Mother. With Oblivion destroyed, the remaining Flesh Eaters have gone on a rampage and are destroying everything they can in the Lost Land. Their mother is still alive. It's time to finish her off. Talset's unfinished business. Tyrannus and his Slag army return. See Turok Evolution. Syra, from Rage Wars, has accepted a contract from the Council to take you out. She's a sniper, kinda like a wolf. Campaigner's Arena. This is a place where the campaigner runs an arena and people fight for trophies. The player can participate in these arenas and battle for prizes. Greater tiers will unlock as you progress through the story, and the player can come back for more prizes and possibly encounter characters from the story that decided to come here, like Syra. The final battle should be an arena with Talset versus Campaigner. When all of the vortices that have appeared so far are sealed, the last one appears in Forever Light. They need to find a way into Forever Light since the Council has prevented them from getting in once the vortex appeared. Everyone makes their way into Forever Light to seal the last vortex, stop the Council, and save all the worlds and the Lost Land while fighting a huge mech robot made of the Council's heads. With the mantle already being passed on to his sister Danielle, Joshua decides to stay with Adon. A new council is formed with Adon and Joshua having a voice on it as well. Even though it's not really Joshua's thing, he tries his best for Adon, while maybe trying to teach everyone a thing or two about baseball while he's at it. Together, they become the new guardians of the Lost Land.